Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for the International Student Pre-Arrival webinar. Just giving it a second for everyone to get connected. Right. It looks like I think everyone is here. We'll wait just a minute to see if anybody else is joining, but we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you all for your patience this morning. All right, I think everyone is just about here. Okay, I appreciate you all waiting. All right, we are so delighted to have you join us today. We are excited for you to arrive. We're so excited to have you join us here at the University of Georgia. My name is Lyndon Dudley. I serve as Director of International Student Life. Thank you for joining us today for this pre-arrival webinar. This is designed to equip you with all the necessary information and resources you may need as you prepare for your arrival here at the University of Georgia. And all the things that you may need as you attend International Student Orientation. So we are going to cover a wide range of topics and hopefully be able to answer all the questions that you have that you've been thinking of as you prepare for your arrival. We are recording this session so that you can revisit this later, and so that anybody that wasn't able to attend today may be able to watch it at a later date. But at this point, I'm going to introduce you to a few others that are here with us today. I'm joined with us by our orientation team. We have Natalie Kinney Hall, who is one of our senior program coordinators at International Student Life. Also, we have Farah Tassim, who is our international graduate intern, and Dalma Ortega, who is our senior world leader. And we'll also be joined later by a team from apartmentsforathens.com who are going to be really great supports for any of you who are still searching for off-campus living assignments. All right, and with that, I'm going to hand things over to Natalie.
Hi, everyone. Nice to virtually meet you all. We're obviously very excited to meet you all in a few weeks. So we're going to start with the agenda for today. So just going through in this presentation. So if we can go to the next slide, thank you. So on today's webinar, we'll go through some introductions to the ISL staff. So you'll get to see our faces and recognize us before you come in a few weeks' time. We'll look at arrival details and packing, where we'll try and help prepare you for your arrival here in Athens and things that you'll need to bring with you. We'll then go over the orientation information. So that's going to cover what you'll need to know about orientation schedules, places on campus, information about dining, things like that. We'll also cover what will happen after orientation, as well as go over what you'll need to know about immunizations, campus resources, and the resources available from ISL as well. And as Lyndon briefly mentioned there, we will be joined by the team from Apartments for Athens. So they're going to join us to talk about looking for off-campus accommodation sort of post-orientation. So if you were still looking for accommodation to stay in once orientation is finished, please do stick around towards the end of the presentation, and they'll join us and they'll be able to answer any questions that we'll have as well. And as we go through, we'll have the opportunity for you guys to ask questions throughout. So keep coming up with those, keep asking them. We're always happy to answer those. And our goal at the end of this is to make sure that you guys feel as prepared as possible for your arrival here at UGA. If we can go to the next slide, then I'll just give you a little bit of information about the Zoom itself. So as mentioned, the webinar is being recorded, and that's just going to help us email that to those who couldn't attend today. The microphones are automatically muted, and that will help with the audio recording. So if you do want to ask a question, which we highly encourage, if you could use the chat feature that you'll find at the bottom, and make sure you send it to everyone. And then that way, a member of the ISL team will be able to assist you as soon as possible with that. There is the options for captions, so you can go to the bottom of the screen. There's an option there to close caption the webinar as we go through. And as we go through, if you don't think of a question, but you think of one afterwards, please do email us at isl@uga.edu. Hopefully you all have that email address already, but please do take advantage of it. So we'll go on to some introductions then. So the International Student Life staff. So we're joined, as you've already had an introduction there, from Lyndon Dudley, our director here at ISL. This is her 7th orientation. Every year she looks forward to welcoming the new students, and she can't wait to meet you all again this year. We have Beth Brewer, who's our administrative specialist. So Beth works in the main office throughout orientation as well as throughout the year. So if you come by the ISL offices anytime while you're on campus, I'm sure you'll meet Beth and you can come and say hi. We've got Maggie Zhao, our senior program coordinator. You will get a chance to meet Maggie when you come to orientation. She'll be there throughout sessions and things like that. She's super excited to meet you all as well, so please do go and say hi. There's me, Natalie Kenny Hall. I'm the other senior program coordinator at ISL. Again, excited to meet you all. Please do come and ask questions and come and chat to me when you see me at orientation. Very looking forward to meeting all of you. And then I'll pass you over quickly to our orientation team so they can introduce themselves. So Farah?
Hi, I am Farha Tasneem. I am a graduate intern here at ISL, and I'm also a second year graduate student of MSW program. I'm really excited to meet you all. See you soon. Have a great journey in UGA, and we all are waiting for you. Thank you.
Baba?
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Dalma, and I'm the senior world leader this year. I'm a 4th year undergrad, and this is going to be my 3rd fall orientation. I've been a world leader since 2022, and I can say that international student orientation is probably my favorite part of the school year. And I'm just very excited to meet all of you. And if you need anything, we're here for you. So welcome, guys.
Great, thank you. So we're going to touch on now, I know Dharma mentioned that she's been a world leader now for a few years. Dharma's going to talk us a little bit through world leaders and what they are and what they'll be doing.
Perfect. I can talk about world leaders all day. So basically, world leaders are UGA students that have been trained to basically help you transition to the University of Georgia and to the United States. They're a mixture of graduate, undergraduate, international, domestic students from different backgrounds, different majors, and different involvements on campus. So they're definitely here to help you out in anything that you need. So you're going to be placed into squads. They're led by world leaders, and world leaders will facilitate squad times and help you throughout the week and just help you adjust in any way possible. I know many of you have received welcome emails, and if you haven't yet, you'll receive one. And it's basically your world leaders introducing themselves to you. We have a picture here of our wonderful group this year. They're very excited. We are counting the days until we meet you. This year, we have about 31 world leaders that have been selected from over 100 applicants. They represent various parts of the world. I think we represent this year Brazil, Colombia, Nigeria, India, among many other countries, and of course, other parts of the US and the state of Georgia. Many of them have gone through orientation themselves or have been world leaders before, so they're very experienced and they're here to help you in any way possible. And your squad will basically be formed by other graduate students, undergrad, or exchange students. So it's a good mixture, and it's a good way for you to meet individuals that you otherwise wouldn't meet if it wasn't for this orientation. And it's a good way to make connections and just, make those important initial connections so you can start the year, in a good way. And yeah, I just want to say that we're very excited and welcome.
Great. So if we have any questions to start off with, I know we've just been through the staff and world leaders, so people you're going to be meeting. Like I said, if you do have any questions, you can pop them in the chat. If you think of them as we're going through, we'll get to them at the next question session. So, right, we'll move on to the next part. If no one has any questions, So I'll pass over to Farah.
So I am here with Groom Shuttle information. Groom Shuttle is the least expensive and most convenient way to arrive to Athens with departure from both domestic and international terminal of Atlanta International Airport. The current prices are $49 for one-way ticket. The location where you get into Groom Shuttle, you have to go to domestic arrival, exist the domestic arrival through door W1 or W2 adjacent to domestic baggage claim and follow the covered walkway to the space number 4 to 8 and you will see Groom Shuttle there. International arrivals are not allowed to pick up at the international terminal. So take international shuttle connector from international terminal from a brief 10-minute trip to Greyhound Transport at the terminal domestic terminal, you will see shuttle in space 4 to 8. You will get them 365 days with 24-hour, 7 days in a week. And when you choose your destination, please choose Holiday Inn Express, those who are going to stay there. Otherwise, you can choose other location where you want to. And Groom Shuttle will drop you off and you can check in and then our world leader will directly direct you to the orientation check-in on Monday, August 5th. For those not staying in orientation housing who are arrive on Monday, August 5th, please select Holiday Inn Express as your final destination. World leader will be able to lead you directly to your orientation check-in starting at 10 a.m. upon arrival and following orientation check-in at the Victor K. Wilson Ballroom in Memorial Hall. So orientation check-in take place from 9 to Orientation check-in place from 9 to 2 p.m. on Monday, August 5 in Memorial Hall, Victor K. Wilson Ballroom. At check-in, you will able to access UGA Wi-Fi, use the Power Source network utilizing your UGA MID and password, get your UGA card, get any required vaccination and set up additional appointments, obtain mobile number service on United States, being the purpose of opening US bank account, help with off-campus permanent housing. That evening, we will have an orientation overview at UGA Football Stadium, West End Zone with Provost HU and Associate Provost Kelgil. Social event for roommate search hosted by Athens for apartmentforathens.com. If you arrive at 2 p.m. or later in the week, you can still check in to orientation at ISL office in 210 Memorial Hall. Another arrival information, you will able to complete your mandatory immigration check-in and clear your ELC once you arrive in the United States, but not before. You can do it through online and using the link here. Be sure to keep your passport and other immigration documents in safe place. When packing, be sure to pack enough items to be comfortable and not so many items that you cannot move your luggage on your own. You will be responsible of getting your luggage from Groom Shuttle to the Holiday Inn Express or permanent housing. If you forget anything, shopping opportunity will be provided to purchase essential needed for orientation week.
Great, thank you. So after going over some arrival information, then we're going to look at orientation housing information. So if you've registered for orientation housing and received your confirmation email, you'll be staying at the Holiday Inn Express. So the rooms there are double occupancy and each participant is shared with the same sex roommate that is also taking part in orientation. So check-in for the hotel begins at 3 p.m. on Monday, 5th of August. So if you arrive before then, the hotel will be able to store your luggage for you. So say, for example, you get into town at 10 a.m. You can go to the Holiday Inn Express and they will hold your suitcases, and then you can come down to campus and they'll keep those safe for you. Breakfast is included in your stay, so please do take advantage of the breakfast. If you like a breakfast in the morning, it's good and it'll get you fueled for the day. You'll be able to take advantage of the hotel amenities that are there, but do note that any additional charges would be paid by the individual who occurs them, so keep that in mind. If you checked in for early arrivals on the 3rd or 4th of August, check-in also begins at 3 p.m. And you'll still need to attend orientation check-in on August 5th at Memorial Hall. World leaders will be available on August 5th to show you to orientation check-in. So they'll be at the Holiday Inn, they'll be directing people, they'll be walking people over. So if you're ever lost, go to the Holiday Inn and they'll be able to direct you that way. Yep, so world leaders will be available on the 5th to show you to check in. Due to where the Holiday Inn is, it's really, really close to campus. So it's a nice, easy walk over from the Holiday Inn over to Memorial Hall. If you have University Village housing contract that starts before August 9th, which is the general move-in day for people to move into campus housing, you can go ahead and move in. But please note that the rooms won't be furnished, so you'll need to arrange furnishing for those beforehand. So you can let us know if you've got any questions about that, and we can give you some more information and some more resources. As Farah mentioned before, there will be some opportunities for to go to a store during the week. So on Monday, we do have a planned trip to Target downtown, which is one of the supermarkets that we have here that do furnishing items. They know we're coming, we plan it with them, so they're prepared in advance, so they'll have most of the things that we're looking for. So that'll be on a Monday afternoon, so you can bear that in mind, but obviously you will have opportunities in the evenings and things if you do need to go. For those who have housing contracts with UGA to move in on the 9th, you'll be able to move in on August 9th following orientation. So checkout from the Holiday Inn will begin from 9 a.m. and the world leaders will be there. And they'll be there to offer some help and guidance. So if you're looking to get to certain places, they'll be there to try and help you do that. So great. So that's orientation housing. Like I said, if you've got any questions as we go through, do remember to put them in the chat. So next we're going to look at orientation schedules. So we have lots of fun and informative sessions planned for you throughout the week. So I'll run through what the schedule looks like, and if you have any questions, remember to ask them. So when you arrive, our world leaders will make sure that you have downloaded our Welcome to UGA app. So this app allows you to see the digital orientation schedule. There's a wealth of resources on there, and this also allows us as the ISL team to send out reminders throughout the week. So you don't have to worry if you can't remember what time we said lunch was. We'll be sending some reminders out to remind you where we're going and what's happening. And also your world leaders are always there to help. You can always ask some questions. That's what they're there for. You can expect sessions to begin around 10 a.m. and ending around 6 p.m. And then we'll have some social events beginning after dinner. If at any time your travel changes or anything happens, please do reach out to either ISL directly using that email address I mentioned earlier, isl@uga.edu, or to your world leaders. I know there's a group chat going on. Hopefully people have joined that. And as Dalma mentioned, they have already reached out by email. So you can reach out to them and just keep us updated, just so we know how we can best accommodate you as well. So we know where you are and we know everything's going okay. As mentioned before, orientation sessions begin at 10 a.m. and that'll be on the Tuesday. So we'll have check-in on Monday and the sessions start in earnest on Tuesday at 10 a.m. So throughout that week, then we're going to have a mix of different types of sessions for you. We'll have large group sessions, we'll have small breakout sessions, there'll be panels. Excitingly, you'll have your world leader squad time. That's where you're all going to get to hang out in your squad. You're going to get to meet those people in your squads more closely and get to know your world leaders better. And then we'll have social events in the evenings for those of you participating in orientation, and they're really, really good. I know that one of the orientations events we love, particularly the social events, is our ice cream social, which we're going to have on Thursday, and that's going to be catered by Ben and Jerry's, which is wonderful. And we're also going to have UGA's mascot there, Hairy Dog. So you're going to get the opportunity to meet Hairy Dog, have your picture taken. I feel like it's a real rite of passage for coming to college, especially here in the US. So hopefully that'll be good. And then during the week, we've got some great curated sessions that are going to help you navigate things like health insurance, immigration, the sort of academic and cultural adjustment that you're going to be going through. And we'll also have some really good tours of both the campus and the health centre as well, which are really going to help you get acclimated and find out where places are, which I think is going to be really, really important. In regards to then breaking that down to kind of student level, if we can just nip to the next slide. How this will be broken down then is we'll have different sessions planned based on which level that you are. So undergraduates will have time to meet with academic advisors and register for classes, for example. The graduate students can attend our graduate faculty panel, which is a really great panel, and I think will offer you really, really good insight from international faculty that we have here. Exchange students will have dedicated time with the Office of Global Engagement and their staff to help them navigate their specific needs while they're here at UGA. And then, yeah, so they're kind of just some examples of the way in which we design this around the level at which you're coming into UGA. We did also want to provide you with a few visuals to help you identify places on campus when you arrive. And so we're going to go through now some of the main buildings that you'll visit during orientation to give you a bit of a better idea of what they look like. So the first one is going to be Memorial Hall. If we can go to that slide. Great, so this is Memorial Hall. So this is where we're going to have check-in on the first day on that Monday at 10 a.m. Well, anytime from 10 a.m. And we're going to be in the Victor K. Wilson Ballroom within Memorial Hall. So Memorial Hall is where ISL are based. This is where our offices are. So it's a really great opportunity for you to get to see this space and know where we're based, so you can come and see us throughout the year. It's also where we host the ballroom, where we're going to be checking you in. It's where we host International Coffee Hour every Friday. You're going to hear a lot about International Coffee Hour. It's the longest running program at UGA. It's a super popular event hosted by a different organisation every Friday. Brilliant way to meet people on campus, and it's attended really well by both international students and domestic students as well. Really, really good mix of people that you'll find there. So yeah, so Memorial Hall sits right next to the famous Sanford Football Stadium here at UGA. You're also going to hear a lot about the football stadium and the football team as well, because they're so great. And this is where we're going to have our orientation welcome session on the Monday evening. And Memorial Hall sits just across from the Tate Student Centre. So the next slide that we'll go to now, we'll talk a little bit about the Tate Student Centre. So the Tate Centre is considered the heart of campus. You'll see people just refer to it as Tate. And this is a place of gathering and community, and it offers different services. So it's got services such as UGA card office. So this is where you're going to go and get your UGA student ID. There's print and copy for if you ever need anything printed or photocopied. There's the Tate game room, which is really fun. So computer games, arcade games, things like that. Several dining options there, some fun things, Chick-fil-A, Panda Express and things, which are nice. And there's also a movie theatre there as well, which is great. And they put on movies throughout the week while class is in session, which is also good. The Tate building was made for students, and it was also designed by students, which is really fun. You'll get to know a little bit about the history of it when you go on your campus walking tour with your world leaders. That is where you're going to meet your world leaders for your campus walking tour. So there's a big atrium in there, so you're going to meet there. We'll also have our campus and community resource fair there on Wednesday. So that's going to be a really great way for you to meet some of the departments on campus, some of the student organisations on campus, and our campus partners too. Dining is important. So if we can nip to the next slide. Yeah, so this is Oglethorpe Dining Commons. So more well known from the students, as I've been told, as O House. So Oglethorpe Dining Commons, this is where we're going to share our lunches and our dinners. So here you'll be able to find a really wide range of food. There's 9 different stations, and they serve things from classic American Southern fare to ramen and sushi, sandwiches, burritos, tacos, loads of different options there. If you do have any dietary requirements or restrictions on what you can eat, you can visit a website called Build Your Plate, which is available here at UGA. And there you can see what options are available each day. You can filter down by your specific needs or restriction, and they'll let you know what's going to be available that day to fit in with that. Those options include and are not limited to things like dairy-free, vegan, gluten-free, halal, things like that. When you come, this is something you can talk to your world leaders about, or even before you come, you can reach out to your world leaders. They'll have experience of Build Your Plate, what it looks like, how to use it. So if you've got any questions, you can reach out to them, or when you're on campus, you can obviously come see us and we can talk you through it as well. The next building then we're going to be spending quite a lot of time in is the Miller Learning Centre. So you're going to hear us call this MLC for short. And this is where we'll have a lot of our sessions on the Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So this is a collaboration between the UGA libraries, our enterprise and information technology services department, so like our IT and technology department, and the Centre for Teaching and Learning. So it's got lots of cool features, lots of cool technology, really great building. The sorts of rooms we'll have in there are like classrooms, big lecture theatres, things like that. There's also study spaces, which are really good for like group study as well as solo study. So you may find yourself spending quite a bit of time here when you're on campus. They do offer things like tech lending, media labs. They have tutoring services available for undergraduates and writing tutoring available for graduate students. So you can find out a little bit more information about that when you're here. Most of the sessions that we have in this building, as you see, it's a really big building, but most of the sessions we'll have will be on the first floor. And then we will have some like breakout rooms and squad times on the second floor. But luckily you'll have your world leaders to guide you where you need to go. Talking about buildings and walking around campus, which I know we've touched on a little bit, I do want to talk briefly about the weather while you're here. So we do expect average temperatures to be around 92 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 33 degrees Celsius during the day. And we also have quite high humidity here in Georgia. So we're looking 90 to 100% humidity in August. So that being said, it is warm, but the buildings on campus, however, are kept very cool. So we're probably looking around 66 degrees Fahrenheit or around 18 to 21 degrees Celsius. So for that reason, we do recommend bringing layers, because I'm still getting used to this as well myself. Really, really hot outside. You go outside and you're in a t-shirt or something like that. As soon as you get into a building, you're freezing after 5 minutes. So do try and bring some layers so you can help kind of combat that as well. And just be prepared as well for the heat and the sun, so sunscreen, things like that. So that's us gone through then a little bit about the schedule and an example of the sort of buildings that you're going to be spending the most of your time in. Do we have any questions in there? I don't think we've got any questions so far, which is fine. And that's just a reiteration then again that the check-in for orientation is 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. So you can come anytime in that window and we'll get you all checked in. Great. Okay. So next then we are going to move on to post-orientation. So a little bit about what will happen after orientation. So I'm going to hand over to Dalma here.
Perfect. So as Natalie mentioned, probably one of our favorite events throughout orientation is our ice cream social. And that also marks the end of registration only orientation. That would be on August 8th. And that's an opportunity to also meet Harry Dog, which is our mascot. He's iconic. And for you guys, we'll bring him and you'll have the opportunity to take a picture with him. We also have ice cream, Ben & Jerry's, and it's also an opportunity just to socialize and to solidify all of the friendships that you're gonna make throughout the week. We're also gonna have a lot of games, I think like soccer, frisbee, and things like that. It's a very fun opportunity to again make friends and solidify those friendships that you're gonna make. So for orientation and housing students, so students that will stay at the Holiday Inn, orientation checkout begins at 9 a.m. on Friday, so August 9th. And then on August 9th, that day, you will also have the opportunity to set up your bank account if you haven't yet throughout the week. I think Bank of America will still be around, right? Then you'll also have the chance to get your vaccines if you haven't had the chance yet. And also for everyone that is looking for accommodations, Apartment for Athens will have a tour. So they will have a bus ready for you guys to basically have a tour. And some representatives are going to be here in a little bit to talk about that experience. Classes begin on August 14th. So you will have a little bit to settle in and get ready for classes. Very excited. I know it can be a little bit daunting, but again, it's a very exciting moment during the year. And in terms of things to do outside of orientation, so like Natalie mentioned, we have International Coffee Hour, which is the longest running program on campus. We celebrated our 50th anniversary in 2022. Super fun. I volunteer every Friday. It's from 11:30 to 1. You're welcome to come just for 20 minutes or stay the entire time. And basically every Friday we have a different organization. Many of them are culturally based. So they will bring food. We have coffee, tea, and it's a good way to socialize and meet other people across campus. Many of them are domestic and a lot of them are international. So it's a good mix. You can also join a wide variety of our ISL advised student associations. I believe that we have student associations like the Korean Undergrad Student Association, the Filipino one, the Vietnamese one. We have a lot. And outside of ISL, we have also like over 100 student organizations, not just culturally based, but also professional organizations or like for anything that you might be interested in. I think we might even have like video games associations. So like anything that you would want to join, I'm pretty sure we have it. And of course, apply to be a world leader. You're gonna get to know your world leaders throughout the week. I know that you're gonna make those very strong friendships with them. And I know many of you are gonna be inspired to be one, especially if you're gonna stay here for the next year. So applications will start in October and anyone is welcome to apply. So graduate students and undergrad as well. We love to have a good mix of people represented from different countries, from different majors. So again, I encourage everyone to be a world leader. I can say that from experience. I've been a world leader since my freshman year, and it's probably the best experience I've had in college. Again, ISL is like a small family on campus, so we welcome you all. And of course, stay in touch with ISL. That's our email. Also follow us on Instagram, on X, Twitter. I think we even have a Facebook. I just found out about that last week. So that, we are connected in many different ways. And of course, we're posting our world leader introductions. So if you're curious of who your world leaders are, you can go to our Instagram and check out, what they're doing right now during the summer and, a little bit of their backgrounds. So thank you guys. Is there anything else? Oh, perfect. So welcome UGA. This is a very fun moment during the school year. So this is a campus-wide initiative where we will have a lot of orientation events. So they're hosted by different departments in the university, and it's just a good way to welcome returning students and as well as new students. So we have a lot of social events, a lot of free things that are given out, so food, prices. So I definitely encourage everyone to take advantage of that. And it's also a good way for you to meet other individuals across campus. That's their website, and I believe they have listed all of the events that are going on. So it's going from the very first day of classes or even before, and it goes up till the first few weeks of September. So it's just a bunch of events that the university has to help you, transition into the new school year. So they have a lot of events listed on their website and they're adding new events every day. So make sure to check it out and see what you want to get involved in. And of course, ISL is for you. If you have any questions, we're here for you. You can also contact your world leaders. They're very happy to help. And like I said, we have a group chat. So if you have any questions, you can also, message us there and we'll be happy to help you. Any questions?
I think that looks good there. I think we have one question I can see from Sophia. I don't think that's a question we can answer unless Lyndon knows the answer. So we'll see, but if not, we will, yeah, Lyndon's put who you need to email there, Sophia, in the chat. So if anyone else has got that query as well, please read the question and then see the email address of who to email. Thank you for that. Okay, we're going to move on to immunisation in the health centre now with Farah.
All UGA students are required to be immunized for MMR, varicella, tetanus, diphtheria, hepatitis B, and complete A tuberculosis screening. You can send your health record information now to the University Health Center. Here is the link. You can click on it and directly go through the website. Undergrad students can complete any immunization during orientation. The University Health Center is committed to assigning international students in their transition to the US and the US health system. They have prepared a web page significant for international student resources at University Health Center, which can be found here. UGA 101. All incoming undergrad student and undergrad transfer student must complete the requirement UGA 101 module through new student orientation. This module are series of videos, information page, links of resources. They can be accessed through your application status page. You will be notified via your UGA email when you have opened them. Any question? Please email orientation@uga.edu.
Okay, great. So I haven't seen any questions there about the immunizations, but if you do have any questions, do pop them in the chat. And then we're just going to look quickly at some resources then. So one of the wonderful things about UGA is there's an abundance of resources here, and UGA is incredibly supportive of its students. What that does mean though is it can be hard to navigate what you need, what you're looking for, etc. So we've put together this list of resources that are available to you. All the links go directly to the resources or the department, and we will send these slides out after the session so that you're able to click on those links and get to where you need to go. Please do note though, if you ever have a question or if you need something and you're not sure where to go, you can come to us at ISL. So that's one of the things that we're here to do and that we love to do is provide that support for you during your time here at UGA by connecting you with the resources that are available and that you may need. So many of the resources and departments you will actually get to meet through the presentations that will take place that you'll go to throughout orientation. So those sessions we talked about, but also at the campus community resources fair happening on Wednesday afternoon. So we'll have departments from all over campus attending, as well as some people from the community, and you'll get the chance to have one-on-one conversations with them. They'll get to give you information. There'll be freebies as well, so it's always worth going to get all the free stuff. But yeah, that's also going to be another way in which you'll be able to get some resources. And we do hope you sort of take away from this list that you can see here that as a UGA support student, you are supported, and that we're here to navigate you through that support that is on offer. So ISL also has a resources page. So if we can go to the next slide. So yeah, so we have a resources page. What I will say is we're currently working on a project to update our resources page. So soon it probably will look a little bit different, but it's still giving you this information that you need. So here you're going to find things that may be helpful, especially in your transition to life here in the US. Life at college here at UGA, things such as getting your social security number, getting a driver's license, learning about the cultural and academic adjustment, things like that. There's a wealth of resources on our page. One of the icons you can see there is like banking in Athens, for example, and that's going to give you a list of banks that are here in Athens, their addresses, And hopefully that'll be of use. And as mentioned, we will have Bank of America at orientation. But if you get here early and you want to set a bank up, you can look at that. Or if there's a specific bank that you want to bank with, that's going to give you some more information about those. Okay, so that's our resources then. So Farah's going to run through some pre-orientation tasks that are worth knowing about.
Okay, the pre-orientation to-do list. Please assure all the health forms are submitted to University Health Center. Please register for your UGA 1 card. If you are staying off campus during orientation, please take some time to familiarize yourself with the transportation options to and from campus during orientation. UGA Transport Service, Athens Clark County Transit, Lyft Uber. An undergrad student, please complete UGA 101 module. Any question?
Okay, so we're joined, as mentioned before, we have Olivia and Caroline joining us from Apartments for Athens. So as mentioned, off-campus housing is a thing that people will be looking for. And we've got some great support here from Apartments for Athens. So they're going to talk a little bit through what they're going to be offering, what it's going to look like. And then obviously, if you've got any questions for them in advance, you can ask them during this session. But like we mentioned, they will be here at orientation. You'll get to meet them on Monday. You'll get to meet them throughout the week. And then on that Friday, we have the bus tour. So I can hand it over to Olivia. Do you need to share anything, Olivia, or?
Yes, I think Caroline's going to be clicking through the presentation we have over here. My name is Olivia. I'm with Apartments for Athens, and then my teammate Caroline is here. We are very excited to join you all at orientation. We're looking forward to helping you and providing you with the resources to make confident off-campus housing decisions. So we'll get our presentation up here really quick. A little bit about Apartments for Athens. We launched about 2 years ago in the market because we saw a need for students to have one place where they could figure out how much apartments cost, how far away they are from campus. So this is a one-stop search where you can put in your budget and you can check off any amenities that you're looking for, and it's going to match you with apartments that meet your lifestyle and budget. Apartments for Athens is by students for students. Our team keeps a team of University of Georgia interns on staff, so we always make sure our content is about as up to date as it can possibly be, and we continue to have students help us make this the best resource for finding an apartment in Athens. So Student Housing Explained. The difference between off-campus housing and regular housing is that in student housing, you're going to have an individual lease, which means only you're going to be responsible for your portion of the rent. So if you are a student, that's something you want to look into, because then you'll be able to only be responsible for your bedroom and your bathroom, and it gives you a little bit more opportunity to meet other students in the area. Off-campus housing is designated and built with study spaces and resort-style amenities that help students have the best academic experience possible.
Just a little bit more about the amenities, but we'll be there during orientation all week, so you'll have plenty of time. If you want to ask us more about this, we can go in depth and tell you everything you need to know.
Hey, Caroline and Olivia.
Yes.
We have a question in the chat.
Yes.
It says, I have completed my application online for the park at Athens Hillside. I want to know how long the screening process takes.
It's gonna vary. It depends per property. I would give them a call on site. Their office probably is going to open around 10 o'clock today, and just call and speak with one of the leasing agents and say, hey, I submitted an application. I was calling to get an update on the status and what my next steps are. It kind of depends on what system the off-campus housing community is using to push those applications through. But yeah, a great next step would be just to call and follow up.
Absolutely. This is just a little bit more about the site and kind of who we are. Yet again, we'll have a moment during orientation to talk about this, but I just wanted to show you all kind of the functionality of the site. This is our homepage. If you have a certain budget you need to stay in, you can just adjust these sliders. If you're looking for a certain amount of roommates, you can adjust those as well. Distance campus, anything like that, super easy. Just click find my apartment. And then you're offered a bunch of options that fit those parameters that you just put in. And our team keeps this information very up to date. So you'll have photos, brief description about the property, everything that they offer. A lot of them will have videos as well. And then you can check the availability of floor plans, schedule a tour, and apply online right from the site. And I do also want to highlight, we do have an international guide you can find in our top navigation dropdown. So we have plenty of different resources as well. Like Olivia said, we work with UGA students to write this content. So we also have apartment advice. We have a whole article on applying for different properties in Athens. So I know we had Park at Hillside. There's some information on that as well right here. So go ahead, check that out if you would like. But I'll get us right back into the presentation. I got the links all over this thing. Okay.
Well, we're not able to see your screen.
I think if you, at the top of your screen, you may see it says International Student Life, and then it says Caroline Webb screen. I don't know if people can see that. If you click on Caroline Webb screen, you may be able to see it. Does that work for people?
I can see Caroline's screen right now.
Okay, gotcha. So at the top where it says view options, drop down to Caroline Webb. Can everybody see that? Perfect. Okay, great.
Awesome. And this is, I know you guys just got a lot of information, can we see this just to confirm? Okay, perfect. Got a lot of information, but this is our particular schedule for orientation. So this is the events that we'll be at if you guys want to have a conversation or attend any of the events that we will be at. So we will be at check-in on Monday. That's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Memorial Ballroom, like Natalie showed off. And then we are hosting a roommate mixer from 7 to 8:30 p.m. in Memorial Ballroom as well on Monday. So I'll get into that in a second, but that is basically a chance if you need a roommate, if you don't want to live with someone you've never spoken to, or you want a couple roommates, this is the perfect chance to meet people, even if you want to make friends. This is an opportunity to do that. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, we will be hosting office hours in the Miller Learning Center. So we'll be there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you have specific questions, if you've applied, or if you want to apply, we can kind of help you and give you one-on-one attention during those office hours.
We also have relationships with the leasing office team. So if you have something specific that you're waiting on to get answered, we will help you get in touch with those off-campus housing teams to kind of finalize your application and anything that you need in the meantime while you're waiting for everything to get finalized.
Absolutely. And we will be one of those tables at the Community Resource Fair in Tate on Thursday. So you can come say hi there with all of the other campus and community resources. And then lastly, on Friday, we have our off-campus housing bus tour from 9 to 2. Definitely come join us for that. If you do not have housing, this is the perfect way to find what you're looking for. But I'll just talk about the roommate mixer here. So it's going to be fun. We're going to have a dessert table. So if you guys just want to stop in for a sweet treat, come and join us there. But this is a great chance to mingle. We're going to be matching y'all with some personality quizzes and just having some interactive questions to kind of get the conversation flowing and hopefully have you meet somebody you'd love to roommate with.
We'll also go over like top things to think about when you're choosing a roommate, different lifestyle preferences. Do you stay up late? Do you prefer to study? Are you going to be gone every Saturday cheering on the dogs? Different things that are going to impact who your roommate will be and help you make those decisions.
Absolutely. And we do have a sign up link just to get a little head count. So go ahead and sign up if that's something that you're interested in. All right, and then, so this is our bus tour. So we will have air-conditioned charter buses, so some pretty nice buses. I know they said it was going to be hot. It's going to be hot, so that's going to be better than you think. But so on Friday, 9 a.m., we will be leaving UGA campus and going on a tour all around 10 apartment communities in Athens. So all of those leasing teams, all of those apartment communities are prepared for you guys. They have immediate availability. So that means everyone that we're touring, you can live there immediately if you need housing. So we will have information about the application process for each property, and you will go over kind of what a room looks like there, what the amenities are. And that's like your chance to have all of your questions answered by each of those leasing teams. So it's 9 to 2 roughly. But we will have a little bit of food on board just to hold you guys over. And, you know, we give you the full rundown. If you want to look at all of your options in one place, this is a great kind of opportunity.
When we get there, we're going to ask that the properties have a leasing agent available that's going to take you to tour. So you'll be able to go through, you'll be able to see the amenities, you'll be able to see the models, so you can kind of get an idea of what the apartment looks like. And then if you are ready to move forward with an application process, there'll be somebody in office to help you out. And the properties will also have some refreshments and some take homes for you as well at each stop.
And I will just emphasize, there's the roommate mixer, we can take everybody, but for the bus tour, the spots are very limited. So please go ahead and sign up, secure your spot. That way we know you're coming and we can prepare everything needed to have you on that tour.
And I saw a question in the chat, if you already have housing, is this still something that you can look into? Absolutely. We're going to have resources for all of the properties. Any of the properties that are already at 100% that don't have availability, we'll be providing information for the upcoming term too, for the 25 leasing season. So we'll have all of the resources that you need if you're like, oh, I already have my apartment, but I'm thinking about looking into some other stuff for next year. We'll be able to help you out with that as well for 25.
Hopefully this isn't too confusing, but housing for next year, housing for 2025 normally starts around October or November. So if you are interested, maybe you want to look at other options. Yeah, just like Olivia said, it's good for that as well. Any questions? I can't see the chat right now, but let us know and come say hi. We are more than happy to talk to you guys and answer anything.
And they will be at check-in as well. So they'll be there to talk to you face-to-face for any questions that do come up between now and then. It'd be great.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. That was very, very informative. I wish I had that when I gone to college, I'm not gonna lie. It can be quite confusing, so that's really great. So that's the end then of the pre-arrival webinar. Hopefully you found that information helpful. That's the idea. I understand it's a lot of information as well, and so many of you may have questions that have come up throughout that you're kind of ruminating on, thinking on. Once we've finished here today, obviously you're more than welcome to get in contact with us. isl@uga.edu is the email address. Drop us an email and we'll happily answer any questions that you have. Reach out to your world leaders. They are also happy to answer questions, and if they don't know the answer, they will come and find the answer for you. We will circulate the presentation around as well. I think Olivia and Caroline, is it okay if we circulate your presentation as well, just in case anyone missed the start of it? That would be wonderful. Thank you. So yeah, we'll circulate that around so that you're able to click on those links, sign up for things, explore a little bit more of the information resources we were talking about. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else to cover, unless you have anything else you'd like to add.
No, I think that's it. Like I said, thank you all for coming. Thanks to everyone here. Thanks for joining us. I know it's either early or late, depending on where you are in the world. So I appreciate everybody taking some time to speak with us. And please let us know as you have questions. We are so excited to meet you all. We can't wait to welcome you here at the University of Georgia. So thank you all for coming. Thanks to the presenters. Thanks to the team. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Yes, thanks everyone. Goodbye.